y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is I2C Events and Travel, where we do travel, events, and life. This is going to be a life video. This is actually an update on our COVID-19 vaccines. So if you watched the first video, you know that we had all 3 vaccines in our house. My mom got the Johnson & Johnson, the mister, he got the Pfizer, and I got Moderna. So I just want to get into what our symptoms are, how we're feeling. It's been about 2 to 3 weeks, and we are due for our second shot in 2 more weeks. So first of all, let's start with Johnson & Johnson because they've been in the news lately, and we're going to talk about that first. So my mom is 60 plus, she's over 60, and she got Johnson & Johnson. We were nervous because they came out and said that people were developing blood clots. They had one person that died. They had, I think it was 2 or 3 that were hospitalized due to the blood clots that they were having from the shot. So they have since put the shot on hold with Johnson & Johnson. So when I checked in with her, her symptoms were that she just had like small bumps on her arm, maybe like similar to a rash, but she didn't have any other symptoms. She was feeling good. She's glad she got that shot versus the others, because others you got to get 2 shots. So she's doing good. No other symptoms other than that. So we're just keeping an eye out on her. She doesn't have any cold or flu symptoms, nothing like that. She's feeling fine. She's going to work. We still play spades, and she's still talking crap with that. So she's doing good. Okay, so my husband got the Pfizer shot. So with his, he's feeling fine. No symptoms at all. No rashes, nothing like that. But y'all, how about 2 days ago, we're on the internet scrolling on our phones or whatever, and if you're in the house together, I don't know if you know this, but your phones kind of sync up or whatever if you're researching something, and this thing comes across the phone saying Pfizer and something with herpes. So I'm like, what? So I sat up in the bed. So what it was saying is that there's actually an article that Forbes put out yesterday just to try to clarify all of this. So you can go and check Forbes.com, and it was dated for April 20th. And they're just trying to clarify everything. So I'm just going to go over it a little bit. So what happens is that 6 females develop herpes within 3 to 14 days after getting the first or the second shot. So that's a lot to take in. So this is the thing. People were already nervous about getting these shots because of the history with African Americans and trying to trust the government, and you know, them infecting us with something else. So now this came out, and I'm like, okay, people that were already skeptical about getting the shot are probably definitely not going to get it. I mean, I'm an advocate for the shot. I think, you know, it's just kind of, you know, COVID-19 is kind of like the flu when it first started out. It was deadly. It affected thousands, hundreds of thousands of people. A lot of people died, and I think this is similar to that. We just have to get control of it, and the best way to do this is by getting vaccinated. That's just my personal opinion. I do understand people having reservations about why they don't want to get it. So in this article, what it stated was that, again, 3 to 14 days after getting the first or second shot, these ladies developed herpes, the symptoms. So what they were saying as I read the article was that it's not herpes as in the STD herpes. We know that there's different variations of herpes. What it is herpes as if you get a cold sore. If you get a cold sore, you know that's a form of herpes. So they're saying that that's what is similar to, not the STD herpes, to where you out and outbreak and burning and things like that. We don't want either one, but we'd rather take the one that's like the cold sore than the one that's like the STD. So my husband doesn't have any symptoms or anything like that. No breakouts, no nothing like that. And believe me, we've been checking. So moving on to the Moderna one. So I had Moderna, and I have one symptom, the same one that I told you guys. My arm was sore, so that's why I got it in my right arm, because I knew I was going to be using the arm. I type, I write, and when I do things, I tend to grab my purse with my right arm. So I wanted to be working this arm out so it wouldn't be as sore. That really helped. But I do still have like little bumps on my arm. I mean, they've gone away. They didn't itch at all. It was just, I was just irritated that they were there. I mean, I could feel them, and I can still feel them. They are not, you know, they're going away. I can tell they're going away. They're not as prudent as they were when they first came out. So, and then I did develop maybe like a few bumps on my left arm, even though I got the shot in my right. So we're due to go back in like 2 weeks to get our second shot. So we're just gonna see what it's like. I mean, we've come 50% of the way, so we have to go ahead and get the second shot, right? I would suggest that when you do get your shot, that you do take your card and you get it laminated, because they're talking about doing a COVID-19 passport to where you have to show that you've had your shot. It's like a shot record. You know how the kids had to have before they could get entry into school. It's similar to that. So I'm going to take ours and get them laminated, and we're going to keep a copy, take a picture of it on our phones just so that we have it, and maybe make another copy as well. So right now, all is well. We are planning on taking a cruise in late August, like that, going into Labor Day. The CDC has not approved cruising, so not out of the United States. So if you are trying to cruise, you will have to go to Nassau, Bahamas. You have to fly there, or you have to leave out of Bermuda or any other country, but not out of the United States. They're just not allowing it yet. Now a third party has gotten involved. Politicians are saying we do not want cruising to start back. So it's just this whole thing. But I believe that people want to get back to living their lives. You know, you've been working all this time. You've been working hard. So you just want to reward yourself. You want some type of, you know, rest and relaxation. So you may have to do something that's all inclusive instead of cruising, unless you're going to go out to those other countries. So this is my update for this week. I will come back in 2 weeks after we've had the other shots. I will like to say this, that we are taking vitamins. We've been taking vitamins. We are taking the elderberry gummies. We take a daily vitamin anyway, but definitely elderberry. And then they have the elderberry mixed with something else now that you can get at Walmart. And it's the emergency and elderberry mixed together. They have that. You can purchase that. So I just like to take it. We're getting ready to fly out on Monday. So it's a couple of days from now. We're going just to do some hotel reviews, but I want to be covered. I think it's American Airlines. They are not having that middle seat protected. So if it's you, it could be you, your boo, and somebody else that's sitting right next to you. And that's definitely not 6 feet. And we're breathing recycled air anyway. So I just want to be double, triple protected. Because some people are choosing not to get the shot, and that's fine too, but they are still traveling. So you have to protect yourself. So we're halfway there, and I will give you guys another update in about 2 to 3 weeks. Get vaccinated.